Welcome to our channel. We are so glad you found your way here. Let us help you fall asleep. Let's begin with the quiet collapse of Starcam, the failure of the early internet media company. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it. Even the tallest towers eventually quiet down. Tonight, we gently explore the empty boardrooms and forgotten ambitions of the past. Your mind is calm, and we are ready to begin. The early visionaries behind this endeavor sought to capitalize on the nascent landscape of the internet, where possibilities seemed endless. They envisioned a platform that could blend user-generated content with professional media, a model that was both revolutionary and prescient. Initial enthusiasm surrounded the launch, as the promise of democratized media drew a diverse audience eager to participate in a new digital culture. The founders aimed to create a community where creativity flourished and engagement was paramount. In those formative years, significant investments flooded in, fueled by the belief that this model would redefine how content was consumed and produced. The technology, though primitive by today's standards, was groundbreaking for its time. Innovative features allowed users to upload videos, comment, and share, generating an ecosystem that thrived on interaction. The initial excitement was palpable, drawing in content creators and viewers alike. As the company expanded, it attracted partnerships with various media entities, further bolstering its credibility. This growth created a sense of momentum, a palpable belief that it could become a dominant force in the emerging media landscape. The initial optimism, however, masked the difficulties that lay ahead. Challenges in monetization, competition, and audience retention began to surface, hinting at the struggles that would. The founding team, a collective of ambitious visionaries, sought to carve a niche in the burgeoning digital media landscape. Each member brought unique expertise, ranging from technological innovation to traditional media experience. Their shared passion for creating a new online platform generated optimism and excitement. This enthusiasm became the driving force behind initial projects, which attracted early interest and investment. Within their collaborative environment, ideas flourished and creativity thrived. The interaction among team members often led to groundbreaking concepts, showcasing a remarkable synergy. They embraced risks, driven by the belief that the early internet would transform communication and media consumption. This idealism, however, masked underlying tensions as the reality of the industry began to unfold. As pressures mounted, roles within the team began to shift. Disagreements emerged over strategy and direction, reflecting the strain of navigating an unpredictable market. The initial camaraderie gave way to competition for resources and recognition. Personal ambitions clashed, leading to fractures in the once cohesive unit. Amidst the growing discontent, decisions became increasingly reactive rather than visionary. The once harmonious atmosphere began to resemble a battleground of ideas, with founders losing sight of the collaborative spirit that initially fueled their ambition. The dream team, now fragmented, struggled to adapt to the shifting landscape, setting the stage for inevitable decline. The rise of online video transformed the media landscape, offering unprecedented access to content and changing consumption habits. This shift began in the late 1990s, as faster internet connections enabled users to stream video content with greater ease. A new generation of creators emerged, eager to share their stories and ideas through this medium. Platforms such as YouTube began to capture the attention of millions, democratizing content production and distribution. Starcam entered this evolving environment, recognizing the potential of online video to engage audiences. Their vision sought to harness the burgeoning excitement around digital media, positioning itself at the forefront of this revolution. Initial success stemmed from a combination of innovative technology and strategic partnerships, allowing it to attract a diverse user base. The platform offered a unique space for creators, fostering a sense of community among early adopters. With the advent of broadband internet, demand for video content soared. Traditional media companies struggled to compete with the speed and flexibility of emerging platforms. Starcam, at its peak, experienced growth fueled by a sense of possibility and ambition. The allure of this new medium captivated both creators and viewers, creating an ecosystem ripe for exploration and experimentation. Yet, as time progressed, the complexities of maintaining relevance in an ever-changing digital landscape would soon reveal the fragility of this once promising venture. Initial funding arrived from a group of enthusiastic venture capitalists, drawn in by the allure of the dot-com boom. These investors saw immense potential in the innovative concepts that the early internet media company presented. They envisioned a future where digital content would dominate, and their financial support fueled ambitious projects and rapid expansion. The initial influx of capital generated a sense of optimism, propelling the organization to the forefront of a burgeoning industry. The atmosphere during this period was one of excitement and relentless ambition. New platforms emerged, and the demand for engaging online content soared. This venture positioned itself strategically to capture the attention of a growing audience, with high hopes of establishing a lasting imprint. Marketing efforts flourished, showcasing the company's vision and unique offerings, attracting both users and advertisers alike. The rapid influx of venture capital led to aggressive hiring practices. Talented individuals were recruited to capitalize on the momentum. A sense of urgency permeated the halls as teams raced to innovate and deliver on lofty promises. Expectations soared, and the company thrived in an environment where success seemed inevitable. Over time, though, the reliance on external funding created an unsustainable model. As the tech bubble began to show signs of strain, it became increasingly apparent that the foundation built on optimism was precarious, leading to challenges that would soon unravel the once promising venture. The unique selling proposition emerged as interactive video content, a concept that captured the imagination of a burgeoning digital audience. This approach combined visual storytelling with user engagement, positioning Starcam as a pioneer within a nascent industry. Users were invited to actively participate in content, offering a sense of agency that was revolutionary at the time. This feature promised to enhance viewer experiences, making them feel like integral components of the narrative. Initial enthusiasm attracted a diverse user base, encouraging content creators to explore innovative formats. The allure of producing interactive videos enticed many as they sought to capitalize on this new medium. Prominent brands were drawn in, eager to leverage its capabilities to connect with consumers on a more profound level. This strategy initially appeared to succeed in attracting investment and fostering growth. The challenges soon emerged, however. Technical limitations hindered the seamless delivery of interactive experiences, often resulting in frustrating user encounters. The promised engagement began to falter as users encountered clunky interfaces and inconsistent performance. The competitive landscape grew increasingly crowded, with many companies emulating the interactive model without the same level of investment in quality. This dilution of the original vision led to a decline in user interest, undermining the very foundation upon which Starcam had built its identity. Navigating the early user interface of Starcam revealed a complexity that belied its initial promise. Users were greeted with a labyrinth of options that appeared visually stimulating, yet lacked intuitive design. The layout, while innovative for its time, became a source of frustration, as it demanded a level of technical familiarity uncommon among the average user. It sought to cater to a diverse audience, but in doing so, alienated those who found themselves lost amidst the myriad of features intended to enhance interaction. Feedback from early adopters painted a picture of confusion and discontent. The promise of seamless engagement was overshadowed by slow load times and occasional glitches, which interrupted the intended experience. Many users found themselves yearning for simplicity, a stark contrast to the ambitious vision that had initially attracted them. The interface, designed to showcase live video content, often faltered under the weight of its own expectations. These early days of navigation became a pivotal moment in Starcam's trajectory as user frustration began to ripple through the community. The disconnect between what was offered and what was needed became increasingly apparent. This early miscalibration in user experience foreshadowed deeper challenges, setting the stage for a struggle to retain a loyal user base amid growing competition and evolving online standards. Content strategy centered on user-generated videos emerged as a primary focus amid these challenges. This approach aimed to harness the creativity of everyday users, inviting them to contribute content that could resonate on a personal level. This initiative reflected an understanding of the shifting landscape of media consumption, where audiences began to seek authenticity over polished corporate productions. In the early days, this strategy appeared promising. It encouraged community engagement and fostered a sense of belonging among users. The platform served as a digital canvas for diverse voices, allowing individuals to share their stories and talents. As these contributions began to accumulate, they created a wealth of material that was both varied and dynamic. Nevertheless, the initial enthusiasm soon waned. Issues arose concerning content moderation and quality control, leading to inconsistencies in the viewing experience. With the sheer volume of submissions, it became increasingly difficult to curate content that aligned with user expectations. As disillusionment grew, the platform struggled to implement effective strategies for incentivization and recognition of its creators. This decline in user satisfaction further compounded the existing challenges, as the allure of user-generated content began to diminish. The once thriving community started to fragment, leaving behind a fading entity grappling with the aftereffects of its ambitious yet flawed vision. Early collaborations with emerging internet platforms presented opportunities that initially seemed promising. This region, once bustling with excitement, became a focal point for innovative endeavors. Partnerships were formed with nascent social media networks and content-sharing sites, aiming to leverage mutual growth. The ambitious strategy sought to capture a youthful audience eager for new experiences. These alliances, characterized by enthusiasm and creativity, introduced a variety of multimedia content. It offered a fresh approach to storytelling, presenting a fusion of user-generated material and professional journalism. The excitement generated by these collaborations was palpable, attracting attention and investment. Yet, as time progressed, the initial vigor began to wane. The nature of these partnerships evolved, often becoming strained under the weight of expectations. Conflicting priorities emerged as the partners struggled to align their visions. Some collaborations fell short of their intended impact, failing to engage audiences as anticipated. This decline led to a retreat from the partnerships that once held so much promise, leaving the fading company isolated. The rapidly changing landscape of the internet exacerbated this situation. New platforms emerged, capturing the attention of users and advertisers alike. The once favorable alliances transformed into reminders of missed opportunities, symbolizing the inevitable shift in the digital marketplace. Marketing strategies employed during the initial years were aimed at establishing brand awareness in an uncharted digital landscape. Campaigns were carefully curated to resonate with early adopters, leveraging the novelty of the internet as an advertising medium. Various tactics were deployed, including influencer partnerships and targeted email outreach, which initially yielded promising engagement metrics. Gradually, the focus on brand awareness began to falter. The shifting landscape of consumer preferences and the rapid emergence of competitors diluted the effectiveness of once successful campaigns. Messaging became increasingly fragmented, struggling to maintain a coherent identity amidst an evolving marketplace. In this region, the allure of innovation waned as more agile entities captured the attention of potential customers. Budget allocations for marketing dwindled over time, leading to a reliance on traditional advertising methods that proved ineffective in a digital-first era. The misalignment between the brand's image and the expectations of a more discerning audience became increasingly apparent. In response, attempts were made to revamp marketing strategies, yet these efforts often lacked the necessary resources and coherence. The company faced an uphill battle as the foundational principles that had once defined its market presence were overshadowed by the constant evolution of consumer demands. This decline was not abrupt, but rather a gradual erosion of relevance, marking the end of an ambitious chapter in the annals of internet media. Community engagement played a pivotal role in the initial success of this early internet media company. They fostered a sense of belonging among users, creating forums and discussion boards where individuals could share their thoughts and experiences. This cultivation of interaction became the lifeblood of their platform, attracting millions who sought connection in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. Users felt empowered, often becoming content creators themselves, sharing insights, opinions, and creativity. This engagement encouraged loyalty, leading many to consider the platform a home. Over time, a vibrant culture emerged, characterized by unique user-generated content and active participation. The company thrived on this foundation, believing that their community-driven approach would secure their place in the hearts and minds of internet users. As the years progressed, however, maintaining this level of engagement proved increasingly challenging. Competition grew fierce, with other platforms offering more streamlined experiences. Users began to wander, seeking novelty and engagement elsewhere. This shift marked the beginning of a slow decline as the once vibrant community began to fracture. The disillusionment led to a dwindling user base, leaving remnants of its former glory. Technical challenges began to surface, manifesting as bandwidth limitations and persistent streaming issues. This region, once vibrant with innovation, now faced the stark reality of inadequate infrastructure. Users encountered frustration as video quality diminished, plagued by buffering and interruptions. The promise of seamless streaming became a faded memory, replaced by user complaints and dwindling engagement. The company struggled to adapt to the increasing demands of its audience, while competitors invested in advanced technologies and scalable solutions. It remained tethered to outdated systems. The inability to provide a reliable service alienated users who sought uninterrupted experiences. As more content migrated to platforms capable of handling high-definition streaming, the gulf widened. Data transfer rates, once considered acceptable, became a barrier to growth. The increasing reliance on mobile devices only exacerbated the situation, highlighting the inadequacies in service delivery. Compounding these issues was the lack of investment in network infrastructure, leaving it ill-equipped to meet the evolving landscape of online media consumption. As users gravitated toward more adaptive platforms, the fading company's reputation deteriorated further. The technical shortcomings became emblematic of a broader decline, an inability to evolve in a swiftly changing environment. This stagnation. The role of social media in Starcam's early growth was pivotal. As a nascent venture, it harnessed the emerging power of platforms that connected users in unprecedented ways. These channels provided an opportunity for engagement, allowing content creators and audiences to converse in real time, fostering a vibrant community. This synergy between Starcam and social media enabled it to cultivate a loyal user base eager for innovative content. Content sharing became instantaneous, facilitating organic growth that resonated with early adopters. It thrived on user-generated content, encouraging participation that blurred the lines between consumers and producers. Memorable moments captured by users spread rapidly, contributing to a sense of belonging within this burgeoning digital landscape. This interactivity not only attracted attention, but also fostered a unique identity for the platform, setting it apart from its competitors. As time progressed, the relentless evolution of social media shifted the dynamics of digital engagement. The initial excitement began to wane as new platforms emerged, drawing users away from established sites. With the landscape rapidly changing, Starcam struggled to adapt. The strategies that once propelled it to prominence became inadequate in the face of evolving user preferences. This gradual disconnect marked the beginning of a decline, illustrating how reliance on external platforms can create fragility within a business model. Starcam struggled to maintain relevance in a landscape dominated by more agile competitors like YouTube. This platform, with its user-friendly interface and extensive library of content, attracted millions of creators and viewers. The ease of access and the ability to monetize content quickly became appealing features, drawing users away from the fading company. Metrics that once showcased Starcam's growth began to dwindle as the competition flourished. Content diversity played a significant role in this shift. While Starcam initially prided itself on niche offerings, it failed to adapt to the rapidly changing preferences of the audience. Viewers gravitated towards platforms that provided a wider array of entertainment, from short clips to long-form videos. This shift in content consumption forced Starcam to reconsider its strategy, but efforts to expand its offerings were met with limited success. The advertising models employed by these competitors also outpaced Starcam's approach. With more innovative solutions for targeting and engagement, platforms like YouTube attracted advertisers eager to connect with audiences in new and dynamic ways. This disparity in revenue generation created a financial chasm, further complicating the already fragile situation. As Starcam struggled to redefine its identity amid these formidable challenges, the landscape continued to evolve, leaving the company increasingly isolated and vulnerable. The ad revenue model became a critical point of contention for the fading company. Initially, it embraced a straightforward approach, relying on a combination of display and video advertisements to generate income. This model, while effective in its early days, soon revealed inherent limitations. The rise of social media platforms created an environment where advertisers sought more engaging and interactive options, leading to a gradual decline in interest toward traditional display ads. With competitors innovating rapidly, the need for diversification in monetization strategies became apparent. This region of online media was shifting towards influencer partnerships and sponsored content. Starcam attempted to pivot, exploring collaborations with popular creators to enhance its appeal. Yet, these efforts often fell short, hampered by a lack of strategic foresight and adequate resources. While some companies successfully adapted by developing targeted advertising based on user data, the fading company struggled to leverage analytics effectively. This resulted in a disconnect between advertisers and their desired audience, further eroding its market share. The gradual decline in ad revenue reflected these challenges, as the growth of competing platforms siphoned away potential clients. The landscape of early internet media shifted dramatically with the onset of the 2000 dot-com bubble. This phenomenon altered the trajectory of many emerging companies, including Starcam. Initial exuberance surrounding digital innovation fostered an environment of reckless investment. Numerous startups emerged with inflated valuations, leading to an unsustainable business model reliant on perpetual growth and user acquisition. Starcam, initially positioned as a pioneer, found itself encumbered by the expectations that accompanied such an atmosphere. The influx of venture capital created a sense of urgency that overshadowed foundational business practices. As profits remained elusive, pressure mounted to deliver rapid returns. The landscape became littered with companies that could not adapt to this new reality, and competition intensified. Underneath the surface, a growing disillusionment began to permeate the industry. Investors, once eager to fund ambitious projects, started to retract their support, leading to widespread layoffs and closures. Starcam's operational strategies faltered in the face of diminishing returns, amplified by a market that had become increasingly unforgiving. The once promising potential of digital media became a cautionary tale, illustrating the volatility of the tech sector. This environment fostered a sense of uncertainty, prompting stakeholders to reassess their expectations. The aftermath saw many companies dissolve, leaving behind remnants of ambition and aspiration. User feedback during the early days of Starcam played a pivotal role in shaping its trajectory. Initial testimonials revealed a blend of enthusiasm and skepticism from the community. These early adopters shared their experiences, often expressing excitement about the innovative platform that aimed to redefine digital interaction. Comments oscillated between admiration for its vision and concern regarding functionality. This dichotomy reflected a broader sentiment prevalent in this region, where technological optimism often clashed with practical limitations. Community influence grew as feedback loops established a dialogue between users and developers. Suggestions for improvement poured in, illustrating the potential for collaboration. Yet this engagement also highlighted a growing dissonance. While many voiced their recommendations, it became increasingly evident that the company struggled to implement them effectively. The gap between user expectation and corporate response widened, creating an atmosphere of discontent. As time progressed, a sense of disenchantment emerged among users. The initial excitement faded, replaced by frustration. Many began to question the longevity of the platform. This skepticism was often echoed in online forums and social media, where discussions about the future became increasingly critical. The once vibrant testimonials transformed into cautionary tales, outlining a narrative of hope overshadowed by unfulfilled promises. Fading support and dwindling engagement marked a turning point, revealing the fragility of early internet ventures. First major content creator collaborations emerged as a strategy aimed at rejuvenating interest and expanding the platform's user base. This initiative involved engaging prominent figures from emerging internet culture who were seen as pivotal in attracting a younger demographic. Their unique perspectives and creative flair offered a semblance of authenticity that had begun to erode over time. With these collaborations, it was anticipated that fresh content would invigorate the platform, drawing both old users back and enticing newcomers. They crafted videos encapsulating humor, lifestyle, and technology, attempting to resonate with the zeitgeist of the digital age. This effort, however, was met with mixed results. The influx of content creators did not generate the sustained engagement that was crucial for long-term viability. Metrics indicated initial spikes in viewership following the releases, yet this enthusiasm quickly plateaued. Viewers found themselves craving novelty, and the collaborations, while innovative, could not consistently fulfill those demands. The platform struggled to adapt to rapidly changing trends, leading to a sense of disconnection between creators and their audiences. In retrospect, this approach exposed underlying weaknesses in the business model. It became apparent that fostering lasting loyalty required more than just high-profile partnerships. The reliance on transient collaborations. Expansion challenges emerged as the initial triumphs of this early internet media company began to attract a surge in user traffic. The promise of rapid growth strained existing infrastructure, revealing vulnerabilities in its capacity to accommodate increasing demands. Servers, once sufficient for modest visitor numbers, faltered under the weight of heightened expectations. This region, marked by technological ambition, became a battleground for resource allocation. Investments in data centers and bandwidth were essential yet daunting. The desire to scale proved to be a double-edged sword as financial outlays ballooned, placing immense pressure on profitability. The once optimistic projections began to wane, overshadowed by the realities of operational complexities. Technical teams worked tirelessly to enhance performance, implementing solutions to mitigate latency and downtime. Nevertheless, these efforts often fell short of the rapid advancements in user demands. As the user experience became less reliable, frustrations mounted. The gap between aspiration and execution widened, further complicating attempts to retain a loyal audience. Upper management grappled with the implications of these failures. The diminishing returns on capital investments led to a reevaluation of strategic priorities. What had begun as an exhilarating journey towards digital prominence now faced the sobering realities of an unforgiving market. The ambitions of scaling infrastructure became a testament to the precarious nature of growth in a competitive landscape where adaptability was paramount. The launch of the mobile application marked a significant pivot for the fading company, positioning it at the forefront of emerging digital trends. This new frontier promised accessibility, allowing users to engage with content in real time, altering the landscape of consumer interaction. The excitement surrounding this initiative was palpable, with marketing campaigns emphasizing the revolutionary nature of mobile connectivity. Development teams raced against time, striving to deliver a product that would resonate with an increasingly mobile audience. Initial feedback highlighted a mixed response. While some users embraced the innovative features, others grappled with technical glitches that marred the experience. This divergence reflected broader challenges within the organization, as the once cohesive vision began to fracture under the pressure of market demands. Subsequent updates aimed to address these issues, yet the rapid pace of technological advancement rendered many of the improvements obsolete before they could be fully realized. Competitors swiftly capitalized on these missteps, launching superior applications that promised seamless user experiences. As the user base waned, so did investor confidence, leading to a series of cost-cutting measures that further strained resources. The once promising endeavor began to recede, overshadowed by the relentless march of innovation. The mobile application, once heralded as a beacon of hope, now stood as a symbol of the company's faltering aspirations. Legal hurdles emerged rapidly, complicating the already precarious position of the fading company. Content ownership disputes dominated headlines, drawing attention to the fragile nature of their business model. As the digital landscape matured, the intricacies of copyright law became apparent, ensnaring it in a web of litigation. These challenges highlighted the vulnerabilities inherent in relying on user-generated content, which had initially fueled its meteoric rise. Licensing agreements, once considered trivial, morphed into contentious negotiations. The pressures intensified as creators sought compensation for their work, leading to a series of lawsuits that drained resources and diverted focus from innovation. The atmosphere thickened with uncertainty as the company struggled to navigate a shifting legal environment where precedents were being established at an alarming rate. Internally, the executive team grappled with a crumbling strategy, overshadowed by legal anxieties. Stakeholders began to lose confidence, leading to a cascading effect on investments. Each new legal challenge further eroded its reputation, transforming once loyal users into critics. Communication, once a strong suit, faltered under the strain, leaving the public uncertain about the company's direction. This environment of discontent fostered a culture of fear among employees, with many seeking opportunities elsewhere. The once promising platform, envisioned as a leader in media, now languished under the weight of legal complexities and an uncertain future. A gradual transformation in user behavior began to emerge, signifying a shift in content consumption patterns. Audiences, once captivated by the novelty of digital platforms, sought alternative avenues for information and entertainment. The allure of immediate access to diverse content grew, leading to fragmented attention spans and a demand for on-demand viewing. This changing landscape eroded the foundations upon which the fading company had built its identity. Viewers gravitated towards platforms that offered personalized experiences, prioritizing convenience over the curated content that had once defined Starcam's offerings. Social media channels became the new frontier for content discovery, allowing individuals to engage with creators directly and fostering communities around niche interests. These platforms thrived by adapting swiftly to user preferences, employing algorithms that catered to specific tastes and desires. In contrast, the fading company struggled to keep pace with these rapid advancements. Traditional models of content distribution became obsolete, leaving it unable to resonate with a generation that valued immediacy and interactivity. As user loyalty dissipated, engagement metrics dwindled, revealing a stark reality. The patterns of consumption had evolved beyond the confines of what it could provide, underscoring the persistent challenge of adapting to a digital ecosystem in constant flux. The implications of these shifts were profound, marking the beginning of an unsettling decline. Data became an essential lifeline for media companies seeking to navigate the evolving landscape. In the early days, analytics emerged as a beacon, offering insights into viewer engagement metrics. These numbers painted a portrait of audience preferences, revealing what captivated eyes and what faded into obscurity. Understanding this information was critical for survival, as it guided content creation and marketing strategies. Starcam, initially thriving in the burgeoning internet media sector, recognized the necessity of harnessing viewer data. They invested in sophisticated analytics tools, striving to decode patterns of behavior, viewing times, and demographic interests. This attempt to align their offerings with audience desires reflected a keen awareness of the shifting environment. Engagement metrics provided a glimpse into the psyche of viewers. The data unveiled not only what content was popular, but also illuminated moments of disengagement. These insights became increasingly important as competition intensified, forcing the company to adapt swiftly. Despite these efforts, reliance on analytics could not counter the broader trends that loomed over the market. As viewer habits shifted once again, the very metrics that had promised guidance began to feel inadequate. This dissonance highlighted the precarious nature of seeking stability through numerical data alone, revealing the inherent complexities of sustaining viewer loyalty in a rapidly changing digital world. The technical failures became increasingly frequent, manifesting as server outages that disrupted user access. Affected audiences experienced frustration, diminishing their engagement and trust. This situation prompted the fading company to initiate crisis management protocols, aimed at addressing the immediate concerns of users while striving to restore stability. Teams were assembled to diagnose the issues, yet the solutions often fell short of expectations. Communication became a crucial element during this period. Updates were issued, but they frequently lacked transparency, leaving many users feeling alienated. Trust eroded further as outages persisted, overshadowing attempts to demonstrate the company's commitment to service recovery. These challenges underscored the difficulties in maintaining operational integrity while navigating an environment marked by technological volatility. Simultaneously, internal morale suffered. Employees grappled with the pressure of rectifying systemic failures, compounded by the looming threat of financial instability. This atmosphere bred uncertainty within the workforce, prompting a reevaluation of strategic objectives. Discussions surrounding technological upgrades emerged, yet the financial resources required to implement such changes remained elusive. As time progressed, it became evident that these outages were symptomatic of deeper issues. The inability to adapt swiftly to technical demands highlighted vulnerabilities in infrastructure and planning. Such shortcomings became increasingly evident as internal dynamics shifted within the growing startup. Early enthusiasm was palpable, with employees driven by a shared vision of innovation and disruption. This enthusiasm, however, gradually eroded as pressures mounted. The initial camaraderie that fueled creativity gave way to a more competitive atmosphere, fostering an environment where collaboration faltered. Management's focus on rapid expansion led to a disconnect between leadership and the workforce. Decisions taken at the executive level often appeared detached from the realities faced by those on the ground. This disconnect manifested in communication breakdowns and a lack of trust, breeding discontent among employees. Morale began to wane, and the initial sense of purpose diminished. Amidst this turbulence, talent retention became a pressing concern. Skilled individuals sought opportunities elsewhere, lured by organizations that offered a more stable and supportive culture. The once vibrant office transformed into a space marked by uncertainty, with the specter of layoffs looming ever closer. This atmosphere stifled innovation, as fear of failure replaced the bold experimentation that characterized the company's early days. Overall, the decline of this once celebrated enterprise can be traced back to these internal cultural shifts. The very essence of what had driven their success began to unravel, leaving behind echoes of a promising beginning and the burden of unfulfilled potential. Frequent changes in executive leadership marked this period, each new appointment bringing a distinct vision that often conflicted with the last. This instability fostered confusion among employees and stakeholders alike, as priorities shifted and strategies became inconsistent. The once unified direction of the organization began to fracture under the weight of differing philosophies, leading to disjointed efforts and wasted resources. With each transition, the new leaders sought to assert their authority, often discarding initiatives that had previously shown promise. This resulted in a loss of momentum, as projects stalled or were abandoned altogether. The culture of the organization, once vibrant and collaborative, fell into disarray. Talented individuals departed, disillusioned by the lack of coherent leadership and the absence of a clear path forward. The market, which had once embraced innovation, turned skeptical. Competitors capitalized on the turmoil, gaining ground as Starcam struggled to maintain its relevance. The inability to establish a stable leadership structure hindered long-term planning, leaving the company vulnerable to external pressures. This decline was not merely a consequence of poor decision-making. It reflected a deeper malaise within the organization, where vision and execution became increasingly misaligned. The haunting remnants of former glory lingered, overshadowed by the reality of an uncertain future. Investor confidence began to erode as the troubling signs became more apparent. Observers noted a marked decline in stock performance, a reflection of the shifting tides in public perception. Initial enthusiasm surrounding the company's innovative potential faded, replaced by skepticism and concern. The once promising projections were now met with caution, creating an atmosphere thick with apprehension. This region, once vibrant with the buzz of new technological advancements, transformed into a landscape of doubt. Analysts began to issue warnings, highlighting the stark contrast between projected growth and actual outcomes. Shares plummeted, and the market's cold response illustrated a collective realization that something vital was amiss. The dwindling stock price served as a barometer for investor sentiment. Each round of disappointing earnings reports contributed to a cycle of panic, as institutional investors reevaluated their stakes, leading to further sell-offs. Confidence was gradually replaced with fear, and financial forecasts shifted from optimistic to bleak. They faced increasing pressure from shareholders demanding accountability and a clear path forward. The once loyal investor base began to question the sustainability of the business model. As confidence waned, the company was left grappling with the harsh reality of its faltering market position, racing against time to regain traction in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. New strategies emerged, aiming to broaden content types and capture a disenchanted audience. These efforts included branching into lifestyle features, news segments, and user-generated content, hoping to resonate with a diverse demographic. It was a calculated move, designed not only to diversify offerings, but also to reinvigorate interest among fading subscribers. Collaboration with influencers and independent creators was introduced, fostering a sense of community engagement. This approach was intended to tap into the organic growth potential inherent in this region of the content ecosystem. Despite these intentions, the company struggled with consistency, leaving audiences disoriented amid a deluge of varied styles and tones. The resulting content often lacked a unifying vision, further complicating efforts to establish a strong brand identity. Resources were allocated to marketing campaigns designed to highlight these new offerings, yet the investments yielded limited returns. Competitors, already entrenched in their niches, continued to gain ground. Feedback loops from user data revealed mixed responses, illuminating a disconnect between audience expectations and the company's evolving direction. Attempts to reposition the brand as an innovative leader faced skepticism, as trust had eroded over time. These initiatives underscored the challenges of transformation in a landscape where adaptability was essential, yet elusive. The fading company remained in a state of uncertainty, wrestling with its identity amidst the shifting tides of digital content consumption. Operational costs began to mount severely, creating a significant strain on resources. With a workforce once teeming with creative ambition, layoffs became a common occurrence, each decision echoing through the sterile corporate halls. This region, once vibrant with innovation, now bore the weight of financial distress, as static budgets failed to keep pace with the demands of modern technology and evolving consumer behavior. Investments in infrastructure, once seen as forward-thinking, transformed into burdensome liabilities. The transition to new platforms required capital that the organization could no longer justify. Stakeholders, feeling the pressure, turned their attention to profitability, often at the expense of creative freedom. Strategies that had once fostered growth now suffocated it under layers of fiscal scrutiny. With dwindling advertising revenue, efforts to pivot towards subscription models were met with skepticism. The audience, once loyal, began to drift, seeking fresher, more engaging experiences elsewhere. Efforts to revitalize content fell flat, leaving behind a collection of half-finished projects that reflected the broader disarray. This gradual decline manifested not only in financial reports, but in the very ethos of the company. Each quarter's results conveyed a narrative of retreat, as the original vision faded into obscurity, leaving behind an organization struggling to redefine itself amidst the remnants of its former glory. Rebranding efforts commenced with a sense of urgency, as leadership sought to reshape perceptions and restore the company's standing within the rapidly evolving digital landscape. New logos and taglines emerged, designed to evoke freshness and innovation, but the resonance proved fleeting. Marketing campaigns flooded various media channels, presenting a polished image of rebirth that contrasted sharply with the underlying turmoil. Strategic partnerships were formed with emerging influencers and content creators, a desperate bid to connect with the youth demographic. These collaborations, while initially promising, often fell short of expectations. The disconnect between the new initiatives and the company's tarnished reputation created a chasm that was difficult to bridge. Audiences remained skeptical, perceiving the rebranding as a superficial veneer rather than genuine transformation. Internal restructuring accompanied these external efforts. Teams were realigned, new leadership was appointed, and a renewed focus was placed on innovation. Yet the changes struggled against an entrenched culture that resisted adaptation. Employees, once driven by a shared vision, now exhibited uncertainty, contributing to a stagnation of creativity and initiative. Amidst these initiatives, the remnants of the original identity lingered, casting a long shadow over the revitalization attempts. The once prominent platform continued to grapple with the weight of its past, highlighting the difficulty of changing perceptions when the foundation remains unstable. The influence of emerging technologies began to reshape the landscape of media consumption, introducing possibilities that the fading company could not harness. Virtual reality and augmented reality started to redefine user engagement, offering immersive experiences that traditional platforms struggled to replicate. This shift in technology created a chasm between those who adapted and those who remained anchored to outdated models. New entrants emerged, leveraging these advancements to capture attention and investment. They engaged audiences in ways that felt fresh and dynamic, leaving the struggling platform behind in a rapidly evolving marketplace. While once seen as an innovator, it now appeared stagnant, clinging to a fading vision of its former glory. The allure of virtual and augmented realities captivated consumers, offering interactive storytelling and personalized experiences that drew users away. Industry leaders recognized the potential of these technologies, pouring resources into developing content that resonated with a tech-savvy generation. In contrast, the declining company found itself unable to pivot, trapped in a cycle of declining relevance. Initiatives that had once promised growth now seemed inadequate, revealing the stark limitations of their vision. This technological revolution, coupled with shifting consumer preferences, underscored the importance of adaptability in a world where digital landscapes changed almost overnight. The ruins of past decisions served as a reminder of the fragility of success in the ever-evolving media environment. A significant turning point emerged with the onset of the 2008 financial crisis. Advertising revenue, once a steady stream for many companies, experienced a sharp decline, leaving many struggling to adapt. Traditional media outlets faced unprecedented challenges as advertisers tightened their budgets and sought to maximize their return on investment. This shift created a ripple effect throughout the industry, profoundly impacting early internet media companies. Starcam, like many of its contemporaries, found its financial footing increasingly unstable. The reduced ad spend led to budget cuts, layoffs, and a diminished capacity for innovation. Scarcity of resources forced a reevaluation of priorities, causing many projects to be postponed or abandoned. The initial promise of digital advertising, once viewed as a gold rush, began to dim, revealing the vulnerabilities inherent in a model reliant on fluctuating economic conditions. As competitors adapted more swiftly to these changes, Starcam struggled to redefine its identity in a shifting landscape. The absence of a strong, agile response led to a gradual loss of market share, while newer platforms emerged, capturing the attention of advertisers and audiences alike. The once hopeful vision began to fade, leaving behind an echo of what could have been. The decline of this early internet media company serves as a poignant example of the delicate balance between innovation and financial stability. Competition intensified as new players emerged within the digital landscape, each vying for audience attention and advertising dollars. A wave of nimble startups harnessed the burgeoning technology, offering innovative platforms that captured the interest of users. These challengers, equipped with fresh ideas and agile business models, began to carve out niches that previously belonged to this fading company. Content creation diversified rapidly, with influencers and independent creators gaining prominence, further fragmenting the market. They provided tailored content that resonated deeply with specific demographics, a striking contrast to the broad strokes previously employed by traditional media outlets. This shift in consumer preferences presented a formidable challenge, as audiences gravitated toward platforms that felt more personal and engaging. Amidst this upheaval, the once dominant company struggled to adapt. Efforts to innovate were often met with internal resistance, stifling the potential for meaningful change. Financial resources dwindled, limiting the ability to invest in technology that could have revitalized its offerings. The relentless pace of competition exposed vulnerabilities, leading to a gradual erosion of market share. As the landscape evolved, the company became increasingly isolated, unable to reclaim its former influence. The emergence of these new players symbolized a transformative period in the digital domain, highlighting the necessity for continual evolution in an environment of rapid change. Consumer preferences began to shift dramatically, driven by a growing awareness of content quality. This region witnessed an awakening as audiences became increasingly discerning, seeking substance rather than mere volume. As platforms proliferated, the noise intensified, creating a cacophony that dulled the appeal of mediocre offerings. The relentless pursuit of clicks and views began to falter, giving way to a desire for depth and authenticity. This change in expectations placed immense pressure on companies struggling to keep pace with the evolving landscape. They found themselves navigating a precarious balancing act between producing content at scale and ensuring that it resonated with increasingly sophisticated viewers. The rapid consumption of low-quality content lost its allure, resulting in a marked decline in engagement metrics. Audiences yearned for narratives that not only entertained, but informed and inspired. The fading company faced steep challenges as it clung to outdated models that prioritized quantity over quality. Those who could not adapt were left behind, as emerging competitors embraced a more curated approach. This inclination for quality began to redefine industry standards, pushing existing entities to reevaluate their strategies. The once dominant players struggled to reposition themselves, grappling with the realization that the era of indiscriminate content proliferation had reached its limits. The demand for excellence reshaped the contours of the digital landscape, leaving many in its wake. User experience emerged as a critical focal point, drawing attention to the shortcomings of the platform. With its ambitious vision, the early internet media company prioritized innovation over user satisfaction, leading to a cascade of criticism. Users frequently encountered clunky interfaces that undermined engagement, and navigation became an exercise in frustration. Complaints multiplied, echoing through forums and social media, amplifying dissatisfaction. Feedback cycles, once viewed as opportunities for refinement, turned into a relentless torrent of negative sentiment. User frustration escalated as anticipated features failed to materialize, while basic functionalities remained unaddressed. This region, once buzzing with excitement, transformed into a space where disillusionment thrived. The disconnect between user expectations and the reality of the service became increasingly evident. Internal responses oscillated between dismissal and acceptance of the criticisms. Strategies to enhance user experience were often reactive rather than proactive, resulting in a piecemeal approach to problem solving. Changes, when implemented, sometimes lacked coherence, further alienating a frustrated user base. The company's identity, defined by its aspirations, began to fracture under the weight of persistent complaints. As the digital landscape evolved, the importance of user-centric design emerged as a non-negotiable tenet. The fading company's inability to adapt left it vulnerable, lost amidst a sea of competitors who prioritized the very needs it overlooked. Influencer marketing emerged as a powerful tool, reshaping the landscape of online engagement. This method relied on individuals with established credibility, allowing brands to connect with audiences in ways traditional marketing could not. It became apparent that they resonated with consumers who sought authenticity and relatability, attributes that the fading company struggled to grasp. Initial attempts to embrace this trend were clumsy and uninspired. The organization failed to identify and collaborate with voices that aligned with its values and target demographics. Instead, it clung to outdated promotional strategies, which felt increasingly disconnected from the evolving preferences of its audience. The rise of social media platforms facilitated the growth of influencer culture, enabling creators to cultivate dedicated followings. Brands that recognized this shift capitalized on it, forming partnerships that energized their marketing efforts and established genuine connections with consumers. The fading company, meanwhile, remained ensnared in its traditional methodologies, resisting the need for a more nuanced understanding of consumer behavior. Market dynamics shifted rapidly, favoring those who could adapt. Organizations that harnessed the influence of popular personalities demonstrated a keen awareness of the changing tides. In contrast, the fading company's reluctance to engage with this new paradigm marked a notable divergence from the prevailing trends that define success in an increasingly digital landscape. Failed collaborations emerged as critical moments that illuminated the company's misjudgments. Numerous alliances were pursued with established entities, each brimming with potential. Initial optimism surrounded these partnerships, as they promised increased visibility and access to broader audiences. In practice, these efforts often faltered under the weight of misaligned goals and inconsistent visions. Negotiations frequently became protracted, revealing deep-seated misunderstandings about market dynamics and user engagement. The partners involved struggled to integrate their strategies, leading to fragmented campaigns that failed to resonate. As expectations went unmet, frustration grew, manifesting in a series of disengagements that further eroded the company's credibility. Efforts to forge connections with influential media platforms, while ambitious, fell short. Miscommunication regarding brand identities and target demographics resulted in collaborations that neither party fully endorsed. The lack of cohesive messaging diminished the potential impact and left audiences confused. Internal assessments of these partnerships revealed a pattern of overconfidence. There was a tendency to underestimate the complexities inherent in shared ventures. As these relationships dissolved, the company not only lost valuable resources, but also the opportunity to learn from its experiences. The consequences of these failed collaborations served as stark reminders of the importance of alignment, clarity of purpose, and the necessity of negotiating from a place of understanding in the ever-evolving digital landscape. Content moderation challenges emerged as a significant hurdle for the fading company. As user-generated videos flooded the platform, the sheer volume created an overwhelming demand for oversight. Automated systems, initially heralded as a solution, struggled to adapt to the nuanced complexities of human expression. This imbalance led to inconsistent enforcement of community guidelines, as many videos slipped through the cracks while others faced unjust removal. In this region of digital content, the human element proved indispensable. Moderators, tasked with reviewing and managing thousands of submissions daily, were often under-resourced and overburdened. The emotional toll of sifting through distressing material contributed to high turnover rates, further exacerbating the inconsistencies in moderation practices. It became evident that the very essence of user-generated content, celebrated for its diversity and spontaneity, posed inherent risks that needed careful navigation. Attempts to implement clearer guidelines yielded mixed results. Users expressed frustration over perceived biases, leading to a growing sentiment of distrust. Miscommunication regarding content policies only intensified these issues, resulting in backlash against the platform. This environment of dissatisfaction, combined with the inability to provide timely resolutions, eroded user loyalty. As the once thriving community fractured, the fading company found itself grappling with a challenge that could not be easily remedied, reflecting the complexities of balancing freedom of expression with the necessity of oversight. Data indicated a steady decline in user engagement, a troubling metric that reflected the changing tides of interest and loyalty. Initial spikes of interaction, driven by innovative content and a vibrant user base, began to taper off as disconnection permeated the platform. Graphs illustrating this descent revealed a stark downward trajectory, signaling a shift from enthusiastic participation to mere apathy. This region, once bustling with discussions and shared experiences, became eerily quiet. Users who had once flocked to the platform, eager to contribute and connect, gradually vanished. In the wake of this disengagement, the company struggled to understand the nuances of its audience's evolving desires. The once promised sense of community began fading, replaced by a growing sense of isolation among remaining users. Internal assessments offered little solace. Attempts to re-engage audiences through new features and initiatives fell flat, often met with indifference or outright skepticism. The data, meticulously collected, painted a bleak picture. Each chart displayed the alarming reality of dwindling interactions, echoing the sentiments of former users. As the graphs continued their descent, executives faced the daunting task of addressing this growing void. The realization that user engagement would not return to its former glory settled heavily upon the organization, marking a critical juncture in its decline. Each statistic told a story of lost connection and fading relevance. Strategic miscalculations became increasingly evident as decisions blurred the distinction between innovation and risk. This company, once at the forefront of internet media, opted for rapid expansion without a cohesive vision. Leadership prioritized aggressive growth over sustainable practices, leading to an overextension that would. Shifts in target demographics went unheeded, leaving them entrenched in outdated models. The failure to adapt to the evolving landscape of digital engagement marked a significant turning point. Competitors emerged with agile strategies, capturing the attention of audiences eager for fresh content and interactive experiences. Investments in technology, once viewed as stepping stones to success, became burdensome financial commitments. These errors compounded over time, creating a cycle of reactive measures rather than proactive planning. The inability to pivot or rethink core offerings led to missed opportunities, as rival platforms gained traction by listening to user feedback and embracing innovation. As the market landscape changed, so too did the perception of this fading entity. Public trust eroded, fueled by a series of missteps that would haunt its reputation. Each strategic decision that faltered contributed to a narrative of decline, leaving behind traces of a once prominent player in the digital realm. The challenge of achieving visibility in search engines became increasingly pronounced. This once dominant force found itself overshadowed by competitors who adeptly optimized their online presence. The algorithms governing search engines evolved, favoring content that was not only relevant but also meticulously crafted. Instead of adapting to these changes, it struggled to keep pace, resulting in a gradual erosion of its audience. With each passing quarter, it became evident that the organic traffic required for sustainability was diminishing. This region of the internet, once bustling with activity and engagement, gradually transformed into a barren landscape marked by fading links and broken connections. Content that had once captured attention began to languish, buried beneath the increasing volume of well-optimized alternatives. Attempts to recalibrate its search engine optimization practices were met with limited success. Resources allocated to this endeavor were insufficient to counteract the rapid advancements made by its rivals. The focus on quantity over quality further exacerbated the issue, leading to a proliferation of content that failed to meet the expectations of both users and algorithms. Consequently, the struggle for visibility highlighted the broader challenges faced by this fading company. The inability to adapt to the shifting dynamics of online search represented a critical misstep. Investor relations became an increasingly complex challenge as the company struggled to articulate its vision. Stakeholders sought clarity yet were met with vague assurances and outdated strategies that failed to resonate with a rapidly evolving market. The once promising narrative of innovation began to fracture under the weight of unmet expectations. Regular communications turned into a cycle of rehearsed optimism, reflecting an organization increasingly disconnected from the realities of its audience. As competitors emerged with fresh ideas and agile strategies, the messaging grew stale, offering little more than platitudes. Investors, once enthusiastic, began to voice their concerns, questioning the viability of the long-term vision as it increasingly appeared misaligned with market needs. This region, once buzzing with the energy of potential, saw its enthusiasm dim as quarterly reports highlighted stagnant growth and declining engagement. The disconnect between the boardroom and the broader landscape became more apparent. Decisions remained ensconced in an insular perspective, neglecting the voices of those outside the corporate walls. In time, the absence of a coherent narrative transformed investor confidence into skepticism. The company, previously seen as a pioneer, began to be viewed as a cautionary tale. Financial forecasts, once optimistic, became the subject of scrutiny, reflecting a deeper malaise within the organization that echoed through the halls of its headquarters. The growing discontent prompted leadership to explore new revenue streams. The shift to subscription models emerged as a potential lifeline, reflecting a broader trend in the industry. It was an effort to recapture dwindling audience engagement and transform casual viewers into committed subscribers. This initiative encapsulated a critical moment for the fading company, revealing an understanding of the changing landscape of digital media consumption. Initial marketing campaigns emphasized exclusive content and enhanced user experiences, promising to deliver value that justified a monthly fee. It aimed to appeal to a demographic increasingly willing to pay for quality over quantity. Yet the execution faltered under the weight of internal challenges and market competition. High-profile content creators were courted, but retention proved to be a persistent issue as audiences remained skeptical of long-term commitments. Feedback from early adopters highlighted mixed experiences, with many citing limited offerings and a lack of innovation. This led to a gradual erosion of trust, exacerbating the financial strain already felt. The once promising subscription model began to feel more like a desperate measure than a sustainable solution. As time passed, the company struggled to maintain its identity amidst the shifting tides of consumer preferences. Corporate layoffs began to unfold, a response to the growing financial pressure that weighed heavily on the organization. Employees, once filled with enthusiasm and ambition, exhibited a palpable shift in morale. The remnants of a vibrant workforce dwindled, leaving a shadow of uncertainty in their wake. Those remaining found themselves grappling with anxiety, burdened by the fear of becoming the next casualty in a relentless cycle of cutbacks. Productivity waned as the atmosphere turned somber. Collaboration and creativity, once cornerstones of innovation, diminished. Meetings that once brimmed with ideas became subdued exchanges, overshadowed by the looming specter of job insecurity. Workers largely focused on personal survival rather than the collective goals of the fading company. The camaraderie that had characterized this region of the corporate landscape began to erode, replaced by a pervasive sense of isolation. The impact of layoffs extended beyond individual emotions. It permeated the culture, stifling the very essence of teamwork. Projects once driven by shared passion and commitment faltered, leaving gaps where ambition had once thrived. The organization became increasingly risk-averse, prioritizing caution over bold initiatives. Decisions, once marked by confidence, now reflected hesitance, revealing a profound shift in the company's trajectory that would prove difficult to reverse. The decline in user retention mirrored the wavering confidence within the organization. Once a vibrant hub for digital interaction, the platform became increasingly unable to captivate its audience. Users, who had once engaged with enthusiasm, began to drift away. This gradual exodus was not merely a number on a chart. It represented a disillusionment with the offerings that had once felt revolutionary. The allure of fresh content waned as innovation stagnated. Features that had initially attracted users became outdated, failing to keep pace with the evolving landscape of online media. Competitors, equipped with more agile strategies, seized the moment, drawing away those who had once been loyal consumers. The subtle shift in user engagement became apparent, marked by dwindling activity levels and diminishing interactions. Feedback, once a vital lifeline, transformed into a chorus of dissatisfaction. Users expressed frustration with a lack of responsiveness as their needs went unaddressed. This disconnect fostered an environment of indifference, where once thriving communities became echoes of their former selves. As user retention dwindled, the implications for the company grew evident, impacting not only revenue, but also its overall standing in the market. The loss of loyal consumers left a void that could not be easily filled, creating a disconnect that resonated throughout the fading organization. The shift to niche markets emerged as a strategy to reclaim some semblance of relevance. Targeting specific audiences became the new focus, with the belief that tailored content could recapture attention and generate engagement. This region, once vibrant with diverse viewership, transformed into segmented pockets of interest, each demanding unique offerings. Content creators were tasked with developing specialized programming, catering to enthusiasts and communities that existed within the larger landscape of the internet. As they navigated this pivot, it became evident that the resources allocated for these niche endeavors were often disproportionate to the returns. The delicate balance between catering to established audiences and pursuing new segments resulted in confusion among stakeholders, further eroding trust. The emerging platforms began to dominate these tailored markets, drawing audiences that had once gravitated towards the fading company. New competitors excelled in providing focused content, while the once prominent organization struggled to define its identity within a fragmented media environment. Resources stretched thin, it became increasingly challenging to sustain the momentum needed to compete effectively. Despite these efforts, the niche markets proved to be a double-edged sword, offering potential yet highlighting the limitations of a once robust model. Each attempt to adapt reinforced the reality that the landscape had irrevocably changed, leaving it increasingly isolated in the face of relentless competition. Technological infrastructure upgrades became a focal point for the fading company in its struggle for relevance. Decisions regarding financial investments were frequently scrutinized against a backdrop of diminishing returns. Upgrading systems, once perceived as a necessary step to maintain competitiveness, now appeared as an insurmountable burden. Costs escalated, often exceeding initial projections, while the benefits remained elusive. New servers and software promised efficiency, yet implementation was plagued by delays and unforeseen complications. Legacy technology lingered, creating an environment where outdated systems clashed with nascent innovations. This dissonance hindered operations, resulting in extended downtimes and frustrated employees. In this climate of uncertainty, priorities shifted. Budgets grew tighter as revenue streams dwindled. The once vibrant ambition to lead in the digital media space gave way to a more defensive posture, characterized by risk aversion. Investments in infrastructure became sporadic, dictated by immediate needs rather than strategic foresight. Competitors thrived on agility, seamlessly adapting to the evolving digital ecosystem. In contrast, the fading company found itself ensnared in a cycle of reactive measures, unable to break free from the weight of its own technological constraints. The disparity between aspiration and reality deepened, marking a poignant chapter in the decline of an early internet media pioneer. The emergence of mobile streaming services rapidly altered the landscape of content consumption. Audiences began to gravitate towards platforms that offered convenience and accessibility, leaving traditional models struggling to compete. This shift diminished Starcam's relevance, as it failed to adapt to the changing preferences of its user base. Viewers sought immediate gratification, and the once coveted content from this fading company became increasingly overshadowed. In the competitive arena of digital media, new entrants harnessed the power of mobile technology, delivering engaging experiences directly to personal devices. The immediacy and interactivity of these platforms catered to a generation that valued speed and personalization. Starcam, in contrast, clung to outdated strategies that relied on longer content formats and less engaging user interfaces. The gap widened as audiences migrated towards services that provided curated, on-demand entertainment at their fingertips. Revenue streams dwindled in the wake of these shifting consumer behaviors. Advertisers, once drawn to the allure of Starcam's innovative content, redirected their budgets to more responsive platforms that demonstrated rapid growth. The gradual erosion of market share highlighted the company's inability to pivot. While some competitors thrived by embracing mobile-first strategies, the fading entity's attempts to modernize were often too little, too late, marking a quiet end to its once promising journey in the digital realm. Industry events played a crucial role in shaping the landscape of digital media, offering vital opportunities for networking and collaboration. Attendees gathered to discuss trends, exchange ideas, and showcase innovations that would define the future. This fading entity, however, found itself increasingly distanced from these pivotal gatherings. Invitations to prominent conferences became scarce, a reflection of its dwindling influence and relevance. While competitors seized the chance to form strategic partnerships and enhance their visibility, it remained on the periphery, missing out on crucial alliances that could have reinvigorated its offerings. The atmosphere at such gatherings buzzed with excitement and potential, yet the fading company often lingered in the shadows, observing rather than participating. Conversations that could have sparked new directions or revitalized its vision slipped away, like whispers in a crowded hall. The absence from these critical platforms signaled a growing disconnect from industry advancements. Competitors, armed with fresh insights and innovative solutions, continued to adapt and flourish. As the fading entity struggled to keep pace, its missed opportunities accumulated, compounding the challenges it faced. Each passing event underscored the widening chasm between it and the thriving players in the market, solidifying a narrative of decline that echoed through the corridors of its once vibrant headquarters. The shift in user demographics became increasingly apparent, revealing a younger audience with distinct preferences and behaviors. Many companies in this sector began to pivot their strategies, seeking to engage this demographic through innovative content and interactive platforms. They recognized that traditional approaches were insufficient to capture the attention of a generation raised on immediacy and visual storytelling. This fading company struggled to recalibrate its offerings, attempting to integrate more dynamic formats, yet the execution remained clunky and uninspired. Efforts to appeal to younger viewers often felt forced, lacking the authenticity that characterized the most successful content creators of the time. As competitors embraced rapid adaptability, this entity clung to outdated models, resulting in a disconnect that grew more pronounced. Feedback from the emerging user base highlighted the desire for authenticity, relatability, and engagement. Instead of fostering a community, the fading company's attempts appeared transactional, leading to further alienation. Misunderstanding the cultural zeitgeist exacerbated the situation, as it failed to resonate on platforms where the younger audience congregated. Internal discussions reflected a growing concern over declining viewership and engagement metrics. Resources allocated to revitalization efforts often yielded minimal returns, leaving it trapped in a cycle of ineffective strategies that further distanced it from the very audience it sought to attract. Trust issues began to surface as data privacy concerns became increasingly prominent. Users, initially drawn to the innovative offerings, began to question the security of their personal information. The evolving landscape of the early internet heightened anxieties surrounding data management and user consent. In this environment, transparency became paramount, yet it was often lacking. Attempts to address these issues were met with skepticism. Users demanded assurance that their information would remain confidential, and the company struggled to provide adequate responses. Instead of cultivating a sense of safety, their efforts sometimes resulted in further erosion of trust. This disconnect was compounded by a growing number of regulations aimed at protecting consumer privacy, which the organization found challenging to navigate. Institutions that successfully adapted to the shifting paradigm prioritized user education, enabling their audiences to understand how data was being utilized. This was an area where the fading company fell short. Their messaging often seemed vague and unconvincing, failing to resonate with an increasingly cautious demographic. Consequently, many potential users opted for competitors that demonstrated a stronger commitment to data security. As the landscape evolved, the inability to effectively address these privacy concerns solidified the company's decline, illustrating the critical importance of trust in a digital age. Marketing campaigns often serve as the face of a company. In the case of Starcam, numerous efforts to capture consumer interest fell flat, revealing a disconnect with the audience. Innovative concepts intended to engage users quickly turned into misfires, failing to resonate in an increasingly crowded digital marketplace. Promotional strategies lacked a coherent message, oscillating between gimmicks and overly complex narratives. The allure of viral marketing became a double-edged sword, as campaigns that were meant to be humorous or captivating instead elicited confusion or indifference. This inconsistency not only alienated potential users, but also eroded the brand's identity. Target demographics were often misjudged, leading to marketing messages that did not align with the expectations or desires of consumers. In a rapidly shifting media environment, it became apparent that alignment with audience sentiment was paramount. These decisions, driven by a misunderstanding of the marketplace, compounded the feeling of detachment from the very community the company sought to cultivate. Many initiatives, instead of creating buzz, resulted in scorn, further weakening public perception. As the company struggled to adapt, it became increasingly clear that without effective marketing, growth was unattainable. Campaigns that should have propelled it forward instead marked a slow retreat into obscurity, leaving behind a legacy of missed opportunities. Revenue streams dwindled as the once vibrant enterprise struggled to adapt to an evolving digital landscape. Competitors emerged, capitalizing on innovative technologies and capturing the attention of audiences that Starcam had once regarded as its own. The inability to pivot from outdated strategies resulted in a continuous erosion of market share. Debt accumulated, creating a financial burden that weighed heavily upon its operations. Financial reports began to reflect a stark reality, revealing a widening gap between income and expenditures. This situation prompted desperate measures, such as layoffs and cost-cutting initiatives, which only served to undermine employee morale. Remaining staff navigated an atmosphere thick with uncertainty, as the company's future became increasingly tenuous. The allure of the early days faded, replaced by a palpable sense of decline. Meetings once filled with optimism transformed into discussions of survival as leaders grappled with the stark choices they faced. Stakeholders, once enthusiastic supporters, now expressed concern over dwindling investments and the diminishing returns of their involvement. This deterioration manifested not just in financial metrics, but also in the company culture, which had once thrived on creativity and collaboration. As the walls echoed with silence, it became evident that the final years of this fading company were marked by a haunting absence of the vitality that had once defined it. Former employees share a collective narrative, revealing layers of internal challenges that plagued the fading company. They describe an environment once buzzing with creativity and ambition, gradually succumbing to disillusionment. The innovative spirit that had driven early successes became stifled under the weight of mismanagement and an increasingly rigid corporate structure. There was a pervasive sense of uncertainty, as shifting market dynamics left many feeling abandoned. Competing platforms emerged with agility and clarity, while it struggled to adapt. A common theme among former staff is the feeling of being trapped within outdated frameworks, where the original vision became lost in bureaucratic red tape. Insights from these individuals illustrate a gradual erosion of morale. Collaborative meetings, once filled with enthusiasm, turned into mere formalities, devoid of inspiration. The once vibrant culture faded into a climate of skepticism and frustration as employees attempted to voice concerns about stagnation to leadership. Many felt their innovative ideas were met with indifference, leading to a pervasive sense of futility. Trust dwindled as internal divisions deepened, creating silos that stifled communication. The enthusiastic exchanges that once fueled dynamic projects gave way to a stark silence, underscoring a broader decline. This gradual unraveling revealed not only the operational failures of a company, but also the emotional toll on those who had once invested their passion and creativity within its walls. The loss of key partnerships began to take a significant toll on content variety. Once a vibrant hub for diverse creators, it experienced a marked decline in the richness of offerings. Collaborations that once brought innovative ideas and fresh perspectives were severed, leaving a void in the creative landscape. The absence of these alliances stifled the ability to attract new talent and maintain engagement with existing audiences. As relationships frayed, it became increasingly difficult to secure the unique content that had once distinguished it from competitors. The diminishing variety led to a homogenization of output, resulting in a monotonous stream of productions. Viewers began to notice this shift, turning their attention elsewhere in search of more stimulating experiences. Revenue streams heavily reliant on the partnerships that had dried up dwindled as well. The once thriving ecosystem, where collaboration fueled creativity, fell into disarray, with advertisers seeking platforms that could offer a broader spectrum of content. The financial implications became dire. In this environment, the remaining creators grappled with limited resources, struggling to produce compelling work amidst growing constraints. The narrowing focus not only alienated the audience, but also diminished the morale of those still committed to its mission. The loss of diversity in content crystallized the challenges faced, marking a bleak chapter in the history of this once prominent entity. The emergence of YouTube heralded a new era in digital media, presenting an alternative that Starcam struggled to contend with. This platform capitalized on user-generated content, fostering an environment where individuals could share their creativity without the constraints imposed by traditional media structures. This shift in audience engagement left Starcam increasingly isolated as it clung to its established model. The vast library of user-generated videos on YouTube attracted millions, drawing viewers away from Starcam's curated offerings. This dynamic allowed the former to amass a significant user base, creating an ecosystem where content could flourish outside corporate control. The rapid increase in viewership translated to a lucrative advertising model, one that Starcam could not replicate. Investment in innovative features further solidified YouTube's lead. Tools for creators, such as analytics and monetization options, incentivized content production, while fostering a sense of community among users. Starcam, in contrast, struggled to evolve, remaining tethered to a more traditional framework that limited its adaptability. The consequences were palpable, as user engagement dwindled and revenues fell sharply. This decline illustrated the stark contrast in adaptability and audience connection between the two platforms. Starcam's inability to pivot in response to these shifts marked a critical turning point. The stagnation in content delivery became increasingly apparent as competitors adapted to new technologies and evolving consumer preferences. This region, once bustling with creativity, found itself mired in outdated practices. The format that had initially captivated audiences grew stale, failing to leverage emerging platforms and interactive features that were reshaping the digital landscape. Viewers began to seek out fresh experiences, gravitating towards streaming services and social media outlets that offered immediacy and engagement. The fading company maintained a rigid structure, adhering to established methods while others embraced innovation. This reluctance to explore new avenues stifled potential growth. Internal discussions revealed a hesitance to invest in research and development, resulting in a lack of fresh ideas. Leadership focused on short-term profitability rather than long-term sustainability, ignoring the warning signs of dwindling viewership. Employees reported a palpable sense of frustration, creativity was stifled, and morale dipped. As the competitive landscape evolved, they remained anchored to a singular business model, increasingly disconnected from audience desires. Their content, once a staple of digital entertainment, now felt derivative and uninspired. The gradual decline in engagement metrics served as a stark reminder of missed opportunities. With each passing quarter, the reality of their stagnation became clearer, marking a descent into irrelevance. Leadership changes often signal a pivot in strategy, yet in this case, they appeared to exacerbate existing issues. The introduction of new CEOs led to a series of fragmented visions that lacked cohesion. Each leader brought distinct ideas, but these initiatives failed to align with the core values of the fading company. Instead of revitalizing the organization, these transitions deepened confusion among employees and investors alike. The first new CEO initiated a shift towards aggressive digital marketing, believing it would reinvigorate the brand. Resources were funneled into high-profile campaigns that did not resonate with the target audience. Metrics that were once promising quickly waned, revealing a disconnect between strategy and execution. The next leadership change pivoted towards content diversification, an effort to capture emerging trends in the media landscape. Yet, without a clear understanding of their audience, these attempts fell flat, resulting in misallocated resources and diminished returns. Throughout this period, the company witnessed a decline in employee morale. Frequent restructuring led to uncertainty as staff grappled with shifting expectations and an unclear direction. Each new strategy, rather than fostering growth, served to highlight the organization's struggles. The impact of these leadership changes became a defining characteristic of the company's decline, illustrating how misalignment in vision can hasten deterioration. Desperation often leads to last-ditch efforts, and the fading company initiated several strategies to revitalize its dwindling presence in the market. A series of ambitious marketing campaigns were launched, aimed at reigniting interest among consumers and advertisers alike. New partnerships were forged, pairing with emerging tech companies that promised innovative solutions. These collaborations were intended to showcase a renewed commitment to cutting-edge content delivery and audience engagement. Investment in technology was prioritized, with significant resources allocated to enhance user experience. A revamped platform was unveiled, featuring a sleek interface and enhanced functionalities, all designed to recapture the allure of the early internet era. Prominent figures in the tech industry were brought on board as consultants, their reputations leveraged to inspire confidence in stakeholders. Despite these initiatives, the underlying issues persisted, with a persistent disconnect between leadership and the evolving digital landscape. The once vibrant community of content creators grew increasingly disenchanted, leaving an atmosphere of uncertainty in their wake. Advertising revenues continued to dwindle as brands sought more effective avenues for engagement. In this environment, the company's attempts to pivot felt more like gestures than genuine transformations, further alienating it from the very audience it sought to reclaim. The shadow of previous failures loomed large, obscuring any glimmers of hope for a lasting revival. The growing disdain for Starcam coincided with the rise of social media platforms, where public sentiment could be shared instantaneously. Users began to voice their frustrations, amplifying discontent that had once been confined to whispers. This shift marked a pivotal moment for the fading company, as criticism rapidly spread, transforming isolated complaints into a chorus of outrage. In this region of digital discourse, perceptions quickly solidified. Once a beacon of innovation, it became associated with stagnation and mismanagement, encapsulating the very essence of failure. Those who had once championed the platform turned into its most vocal detractors, their words resonating within the vast networks of online communities. Reputation management efforts, undertaken with urgency, often fell short. Attempts to engage users through public relations campaigns were met with skepticism, as the authenticity of these messages was questioned. Communication strategies lacked the genuine connection necessary to bridge the widening gap between the company and its audience. As the digital space evolved, so too did expectations for transparency and accountability. It became clear that restoring trust would require more than mere statements. It demanded a fundamental shift in how it operated. The layers of negativity thickened, creating an insurmountable barrier to recovery, effectively sealing its fate within the annals of early internet history. The timeline of events leading to closure unfolded gradually, yet inevitably. In the spring of 2001, a significant downturn in revenue marked the beginning of the end. Initial signs of instability emerged when user engagement began to decline, revealing a disconnect between the platform and its audience. By summer, attempts to revitalize content with fresh programming only served to highlight the underlying issues. In the fall, investors expressed increasing concerns, triggering a series of tense meetings. Leadership struggled to formulate a coherent strategy as uncertainty loomed over the company's financial health. An emergency funding round failed to attract necessary capital, forcing a stark reassessment of operations. By winter, layoffs became commonplace as management attempted to maintain a semblance of normalcy amidst the growing chaos. As the year 2002 commenced, the workforce dwindled significantly. The once vibrant offices now echoed with silence, a stark contrast to their earlier energy. A final effort to pivot towards mobile applications met with disappointment as the market had shifted beyond their reach. By late summer, the decision was made to cease operations entirely. The final shutdown announcement came in early September, a quiet conclusion to a once promising venture. Employees filed out of the building for the last time, leaving behind a legacy overshadowed by unrealized potential and faded dreams. The legacy of Starcam serves as a cautionary tale within the annals of early internet media. Misaligned ambitions and technological optimism created an environment ripe for pitfalls. This region, once bustling with innovation and creativity, now stands as a stark reminder of the fragility of success in a rapidly evolving landscape. Bright ideas, once celebrated, faltered in the absence of sustainable strategies and adaptability. The decline underscores the importance of evolving with market demands rather than merely reacting to trends. Leaders often overestimated consumer interest in their offerings, neglecting the foundational need for comprehensive market research. They assumed that the novelty of their platform would be sufficient to draw and retain users. In practice, it became evident that engagement required more than just a unique concept. It demanded a commitment to refining user experience and integrating feedback. Financial management also emerged as a crucial factor. Investments in ambitious projects without a clear pathway to profitability. Lessons learned from this fading company emphasize the value of resilience and foresight. Understanding the limitations of initial success is vital for future ventures. The remnants of Starcam serve not only as a symbol of what was once possible, but also as a guide for those who dare to navigate the complexities of the digital frontier. The evolution of online media following Starcam's decline unfolded as a gradual yet significant shift. The early 21st century marked a period of transformation in which content creation and distribution began to democratize. Traditional media outlets faced mounting pressure as emerging platforms provided users with unprecedented access to a global audience. This region witnessed the emergence of social networks that fostered user-generated content, reshaping the landscape of communication. Innovative companies began to capitalize on this newfound accessibility, shifting the paradigm from established journalism to individual voices. It became apparent that the public yearned for authenticity over polished narratives. Video sharing platforms and blogging sites proliferated, granting creators the tools to express themselves without the filters imposed by conventional media gatekeepers. The fading company's experience, laden with lessons of ambition and hubris, informed these new endeavors as entrepreneurs sought to avoid the missteps of their predecessors. Monetization strategies evolved alongside this shift, with advertising models adapting to capture the attention of increasingly fragmented audiences. Subscription services emerged, offering curated content that catered to specific interests, while algorithm-driven personalization promised to engage users more deeply than ever before. The digital landscape became a vast arena of competition, where success hinged on adaptability and responsiveness to audience demands. The lessons learned from Starcam's journey continued to resonate, guiding a new generation of digital pioneers. The legacy of Starcam cast a long shadow over the burgeoning landscape of digital media. Its innovative yet flawed approach provided invaluable lessons for nascent startups. The early exploration of user-generated content demonstrated the potential for community engagement, even amidst its operational shortcomings. These insights encouraged a wave of entrepreneurs to prioritize interaction and authenticity in their platforms. This region of online media witnessed a transformation, as the remnants of Starcam's vision inspired others to refine their strategies. Startups began to understand the importance of sustainable business models, recognizing the limitations of relying solely on advertising revenue. The emphasis shifted toward diversified income streams, integrating subscriptions and partnerships into their frameworks. They also observed the pitfalls of neglecting user experience. The challenges faced by Starcam underscored the necessity of seamless, intuitive interfaces. Future companies learned that technology should serve as an enabler, fostering connection rather than complicating it. The echoes of Starcam's journey reverberated through incubators and pitch meetings, where founders referenced its trajectory as a cautionary tale. The fading company's struggles illuminated the volatile nature of early internet ventures, instilling a sense of resilience in new market entrants. This influence shaped an entire era of digital innovation, steering the course of future media endeavors toward more sustainable paths. Lessons drawn from this influence often illuminate the paths of other companies that faltered during the early internet era. Many of these ventures, initially full of promise, succumbed to the relentless pace of technological advancement and shifting consumer behaviors. Their stories serve as cautionary tales, highlighting vulnerabilities in business models and strategic missteps. One such example is GeoCities, which aim to provide users with their own personal web pages. Initially, it thrived, attracting millions to create their own digital spaces. However, as the internet evolved, the once popular platform failed to adapt. Without innovation, it became obsolete. Another case is Petscom, a company that epitomized the dot-com bubble. With its ambitious vision to dominate online pet supplies, it raised significant capital and became a media darling. The absence of a sustainable financial model, coupled with a lack of profitability, resulted in its swift demise. Fifth Avenue, a digital retail platform, also failed to capitalize on emerging market trends. Despite its initial success in serving niche audiences, it could not scale effectively amidst growing competition. These failures reflect the fragility of early internet ventures, marked by over-optimism and an inability to pivot in a rapidly changing landscape. The echoes of their decline serve as reminders for future innovators. Data analysis played a crucial role in unraveling the complexities behind the fading company. With the advent of the early internet, understanding user behavior became paramount. Starcam's management invested heavily in analytics, hoping to decode the patterns that governed viewer engagement. Metrics were meticulously gathered, providing insights into audience demographics, viewing habits, and content preferences. Despite these efforts, the information collected often led to confusion, rather than clarity. A disjointed interpretation of the data created a rift between strategic intentions and market realities. Engagement levels fluctuated unpredictably, with users drawn to emerging platforms that offered fresh experiences. The analytics began to reveal a stark contrast between expectations and actual user interaction. This region of data interpretation was rife with misalignment. Instead of guiding decisive action, the analytics became a labyrinth of misjudged priorities. Stakeholders grappled with the information, struggling to pivot effectively. As new competitors emerged, they harnessed analytics with greater precision, capitalizing on the same trends that had eluded Starcam. The decline was not merely a failure of vision, but also one of execution. In an era where data could illuminate paths to success, it became a haunting reminder of what was overlooked. The lessons drawn from this analytical misstep have since become a cautionary tale for future innovators navigating the ever-evolving digital landscape. User experiences have become a poignant reminder of Starcam's once promising potential. Former users recount their initial fascination with a platform that aimed to bridge gaps between content creation and audience engagement. Nostalgia permeates their reflections, recalling a time when the interface felt groundbreaking. Memories of vibrant discussions fill the air, echoing the enthusiasm that initially drew countless users to this platform. These testimonials reveal a spectrum of emotions ranging from regret to fondness. Many express a deep sense of loss, as if a significant chapter of their online lives has been erased. Conversations that once flourished in this digital space now exist only in fragments, preserved in the minds of those who participated. The vibrancy of shared content, once a focal point of their daily interactions, has faded into obscurity. Expressions of disappointment are common, as users ponder the missed opportunities that could have been realized had the platform evolved with their needs. They reflect on the innovative spirit that defined early internet interactions, contrasting it with the eventual stagnation that led to its decline. This region, once a bustling hub of creativity, now stands silent, a testament to the fleeting nature of digital ventures. The echoes of user testimonials serve as a reminder of what was lost amidst the shifting tides of technology. Media coverage surrounding the decline of Starcam unveiled a complex narrative, one marked by an initial enthusiasm that gradually turned to skepticism. Reports emerged detailing the company's ambitious projections, juxtaposed against its faltering user engagement. Analysts scrutinized the once promising platform, questioning its capacity to adapt to the rapidly evolving digital landscape. Financial publications dissected its revenue models, revealing unsustainable practices that hindered growth. The once high-flying hopes faded into cautionary tales as headlines chronicled the dwindling user base. This region, previously abuzz with anticipation, became saturated with articles reflecting on the miscalculations that led to its undoing. Critiques focused on Starcam's inability to pivot in a market increasingly dominated by competitors. The media illuminated the struggles of an organization that had once been perceived as a pioneer. As the company's financial reports became more alarming, the tone shifted from optimism to resignation. Editorials began to explore the implications of its failure, examining the broader impact on the early internet media landscape. This shift in narrative captured the gravity of lost potential, as industry insiders lamented not just the fall of a singular entity, but the fading vibrancy of innovation. With each passing article, Starcam transitioned from a beacon of hope to a case study in the volatility of digital ventures, marking a poignant chapter in the annals of technology. Emerging from the shadows cast by the decline of Starcam, a multitude of alternative platforms began to take shape, seizing the opportunity to capture the fragmented audience left in the wake of its fall. These new players entered a landscape marked by rapid technological evolution and shifting consumer preferences. The demand for more personalized and engaging content became evident, prompting innovation that diverged significantly from the methods employed by its predecessor. Social media networks proliferated, offering real-time interactions and user-generated content that resonated with a younger demographic. The allure of instant connectivity and community engagement attracted millions, fostering environments where creativity flourished. This transformation shattered the traditional media model that Starcam once championed. Streaming services emerged, reshaping how users accessed entertainment and information. With seamless integration of various media formats, these platforms catered to an audience eager for on-demand experiences, further diminishing the relevance of conventional media approaches. The rise of influencers and content creators reshaped marketing dynamics, enabling brands to reach target audiences through authentic narratives rather than through the polished facades typical of earlier media. This region of digital innovation was not without its challenges. Competition intensified, and the struggle for user attention became a relentless pursuit, often leading to the same volatility that had characterized Starcam's trajectory. The once pioneering notion of early internet media had evolved, setting the stage for a new era of digital engagement. The landscape of early internet ventures often showcased a handful of innovators, yet Starcam emerged as a cautionary tale within this history. Positioned as a trailblazer in live streaming and user-generated content, it captured the imaginations of a generation eager for connection. The platform promised an interactive experience, allowing users to broadcast their lives in real time. This vision resonated deeply amid the burgeoning digital age, creating initial excitement and user engagement. Amidst the enthusiasm, underlying challenges began to surface. Technical limitations hampered the user experience, leading to frustration among early adopters. The infrastructure, once touted as groundbreaking, struggled to keep pace with the growing demand for seamless streaming. Competition intensified as new platforms offered more reliable services, drawing attention away from what was once considered innovative. Financial mismanagement further exacerbated the situation. Resources were quickly depleted, and investment dried up as stakeholders grew wary of the platform's viability. The promise of an engaged community faded, leaving behind a fragmented user base and a tarnished reputation. The landscape of online media companies has been irrevocably altered by the decline of early pioneers like Starcam. In their wake, a host of challenges now confront those attempting to carve out a niche in this expansive digital realm. Uncertainty looms over the sustainability of engagement in a market saturated with competing platforms. The quest for user loyalty has become increasingly complex in an environment where attention is fleeting and trust is easily undermined. These companies grapple with the consequences of rapid technological advancement that has outpaced their operational strategies. The relentless pace of innovation demands a constant evolution of content and delivery methods. Failure to adapt can lead to obsolescence, as evidenced by the fate of former leaders in the field. The once promising visions of community-driven engagement have often given way to impersonal algorithms that prioritize click-through rates over genuine interactions. Financial viability remains precarious as advertising revenues fluctuate with shifting public sentiment and economic conditions. The burden of maintaining relevance in a crowded marketplace weighs heavily on those aspiring to succeed. Historical patterns suggest that even the most robust platforms may falter without a clear understanding of user needs and a commitment to ethical practices. The future of online media will likely be shaped by those who embrace agility and transparency while remaining attuned to the evolving digital culture.